Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, imagine a retired employee checking the bank account at the beginning of every month. The pension arrives, but expenses are already waiting: medicines, groceries, electricity, family needs and other commitments. Now imagine that the same person has a pending application for higher pension. Naturally, one question keeps coming back: when will the decision come? That is why the latest government update on EPFO higher pension matters. The government has now explained what EPFO is doing about pending higher pension cases and processing delays. It has also stated that the aim is to provide maximum possible benefits to eligible workers while keeping the pension fund financially sustainable. Let us understand what this actually means. Before we go into the topic, we request you all to subscribe to our channel and support us. The story goes back to the Supreme Court judgment of 4th November 2022. The judgment dealt with the option to contribute to EPAs on higher wages, subject to the applicable conditions. After the judgment, EPFO introduced an online facility for members to submit applications for validation of joint options. For eligible employees and pensioners, this became an important step toward consideration of higher pension. But submitting an application was not the end of the process. Applications have to be checked. Records may have to be verified. Employer-related information may have to be confirmed. And EPFO has to process the case according to the applicable provisions. This is one reason why some cases have moved faster while others are still waiting. Recently, the issue of these delays was raised in the Lok Sabha. The government was asked how many higher pension applications had been received, how many had been processed and approved, and how many were still pending. Questions were also raised about delays at different levels and whether employers and regional EPFO offices were being directed to speed up verification. The government's response gives us several important points. First, EPFO has been taking steps to implement the Supreme Court's November 2022 directions in a time-bound manner. Second, EPFO has been issuing instructions to regional offices for timely disposal of pension on higher wages cases. Third, regular video conferences have been held with zonal and regional offices to review the progress. In simple language, this means the higher pension applications are not simply sitting without attention. There is a monitoring process at the regional and zonal levels. However, there is another important detail. The government did not provide all the requested application figures in the main reply. Instead, it referred to zone-wise disposal information in an annexure. So, if you see a social media post claiming that the government has officially announced one universal number of approved applications, check the original government information before believing it. Now let us come to the question that matters most to a person whose application is still pending. Does pending mean rejected? No. A pending application and a rejected application are not the same thing. A pending case can still be undergoing verification or processing. For some applicants, there may be issues involving service records, employer verification, contribution information, or other formalities. That is why applicants should not assume the final outcome merely because the application has not yet been completed. There is also an important message from the government regarding the future of EPAs. The government has said it is committed to ensuring maximum benefits for workers under the EPA's 2026 scheme, while also considering the health of the fund and its future liabilities. This sentence deserves attention. Why? Because pension is a long-term commitment. If higher pension is provided to eligible members, the pension fund may have to meet larger payments over many years. So the government has to consider both the benefit to eligible workers and the long-term financial sustainability of the scheme. For pensioners, this means one thing is very important. Do not confuse the government's statement about maximum benefits with a promise that every applicant will receive the same pension increase. The actual benefit depends on the person's eligibility and applicable provisions. Now, what should you do if your higher pension case is pending? Start with your own records. Keep copies of your application details and relevant pension or employment documents. If verification from the employer is involved, make sure you respond to any legitimate requirement for clarification or correction. Then check the status through official EPFO channels. Do not depend entirely on forwarded messages. And never pay an unknown person who claims they can get the application approved quickly. This is especially important when pensioners are dealing with financial matters. A fraudster may call and say that the higher pension has been approved and ask for an OTP. Another person may promise immediate arrears after payment of a processing fee. Another may ask for bank details to release the pension. These are warning signs. Never share OTPs, passwords, PINs or other confidential information with unknown callers. Also remember that a YouTube video, WhatsApp message or social media post cannot itself approve your pension. Only the official process can determine the status and final benefit of an individual application. There is another practical lesson for employees who are still working. Do not wait until retirement to discover that your employment or contribution records contain discrepancies. Keep important records properly maintained and pay attention to official communications relating to pension and service details. For someone already retired, the situation is naturally more sensitive. A higher pension can potentially improve monthly financial stability. But until the individual case is formally processed and the applicable pension is determined, it is better not to include an expected increase as guaranteed income in your monthly budget. Plan your expenses based on the pension you are actually receiving. Treat any future increase as additional only after it is officially confirmed. That simple approach can prevent unnecessary financial pressure. So, what is the latest message in one sentence? The government says EPFO is continuing the higher pension process, monitoring pending cases and directing regional offices toward timely disposal, while aiming to provide maximum benefits to eligible workers within the financial capacity of the EPA's fund. For those waiting, this is a reason to remain attentive, but not anxious. Keep checking official information. Keep your documents ready. Respond when genuine verification is required. And most importantly, do not allow rumors to make financial decisions for you. The higher pension issue has been developing through court directions, government decisions, and EPFO processing. That means individual cases may take time. Patience is important, but so is follow-up. For pensioners, retirement should be a period of security, not constant uncertainty. So stay informed, verify every important update from an official source, protect your personal and banking information, and take action only when you have reliable information. The latest government statement provides an important message: the process is continuing, pending cases are being monitored, and the government says eligible workers should receive maximum possible benefits while the long-term health of the pension fund is also protected. That is the update pensioners and employees need to keep in mind. Stay calm. Stay alert. And make every pension decision based on verified information, not rumors. If you found this information valuable, please share it in your WhatsApp and Facebook groups. Comment below with your questions and don't forget to subscribe for fact-based updates. Thank you for watching this video.